Welcome back to CLIC Connect. I'm your host, Craig Sullivan, and today it is a pleasure to welcome Bruce Greenfield. Breaking news, he is now a partner at AO, an architectural firm based right here in Orange County, California. Bruce is part of a prolific hospitality group, and he's doing projects everywhere. So, Bruce, welcome to the show. How are you and your family?
Thank you, Craig. I'm doing great. Happy 2021. We made it.
Yes, we did, my friend. We did. We certainly did. Hey, Bruce, let's talk about your La Meridian Hotel. That's in Arcadia.
Yes.
And that's, 200 plus rooms?
Yeah, about 230, 35 rooms. And it's a mixed-use project. It has 96 condominiums as part of it, phase 2, which are in permit right now. And the hotel's under construction and looking to open in April of this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. So obviously COVID-19 didn't slow that project down. I've been seeing your progress reports on social media, and the hotel looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. And, hopefully you can get me on the guest list, producer Danny and I on the guest list for the grand opening.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fantastic. So
the condos are going through the permit process right now. The hotel's going to open up shortly. What are some of the amenities at the hotel?
So the hotel is directly across the street from the Santa Anita racetrack. So it's got a nod to the racetrack facility with an Art Deco kind of a feel to it. And it's got some 2 big art feature walls, which are really cool, kind of a yin and yang. One's a dark, solid facade, and the other one's a light glass facade with light coming out of it. And they have a horsetail pattern that works their way up 5 stories, very visible from the street, and as a signature element to the city of Arcadia, we think is really cool. So nice. You kind of have this art feature as you pull in, and then on the backside from the lobby, you can look out from the backside of the art piece, and it also has that horsetail pattern. So it's really cool, really cool. I think it's going to be a very unique, Instagrammable moment, And then the restaurant has kind of an Asian feel to it. They're looking at like an Asian fusion, and it's got the main dining floor that opens to the lobby. And then it's got upper level private rooms that have windows that overlook the restaurant. And so you can have individual rooms for groups from like 8 to 15 people in there. Nice. And it's a place to see and be seen. And, as you're walking in the lobby, you can look up and see the windows. It's really cool. And it's got this great curved promenade from the lobby across the restaurant to the ballrooms. It's got about 5,000 square feet of ballroom space. Okay. And just a glass-lined promenade that looks out onto the gardens and the water features. And we're really stoked. And, it's just at that point now, Craig, you can see from the photos where it started, not quite yet, but it's starting to look real. The right. Gypboard is up, some paint is going in, floor finishes are going in. So I love this part of a project.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're getting close to that finish line. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That restaurant experience just sounds absolutely perfect right after the last race on opening day and a private party with your guests.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah. Take one of those private rooms. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's move down the 405 a bit. And for those of you who don't know, that's the main freeway north and south throughout California. It turns into the 101 at one point. But let's talk about the Inn at the Mission. As I recall, it's 124 keys. That's finished, open.
Yes.
Tell us about that project.
Yeah,
please.
So that's another really unique project. It's right across the street from the Mission San Juan Capistrano from the 1770s. So it's a really cool historic, ritualistic site. And what we tried to do was take some of that feeling from the Mission and from the old downtown area and bring that into the project with meandering courtyards and different buildings that represent different eras of construction. So it looks like it evolved over time, and kind of take that processional piece of the Mission and extend it across the street through our courtyards and into the project. So it's a really important indoor, outdoor kind of a setup on that. It's got some great courtyards, a lot of meeting space. That's, we have ballrooms, we have meeting rooms, and then we have the courtyards that these open up to. So it's really a special hotel project, and I think it ties to the downtown beautifully.
Absolutely, it sounds like it. I haven't seen that one yet, and I need to get down there and take a look at that.
Another great restaurant and bar, Craig. So
perfect.
We're down for drinks.
That F&B component is gotten so important, and part of that experience that everybody wants now at a hotel, where before you could have a par restaurant and everybody accepted it. So I'm loving the new F&B experiences at all these hotels. So I promise this is the last project I'm going to ask you about. But tell us about your desert surf. This one sounds really interesting. You have a 5.5 acre wave pool.
Not a wave pool. It's a surfing lagoon. So
surfing lagoon. Wow.
Yeah, it's really something special. It's extremely big at 5.5 acres. So you can get a serious professional ride on these waves. So it's not like a wave pool that you would see in a water park. This is a surf resort that's able to generate professional style waves. And then, that's the centerpiece of the property. The overall property is about 17.5 acres. And then we've got villas for sale around the lagoon. So you can have a villa, your backyard opens up to the lagoon. You can hop over the wall and into the lagoon and go surfing, or just sit there and watch the surfers, And then we have a hotel, about a 92-room hotel with a up elevated pool deck that overlooks the lagoon also, and we have a bar up there. So it's going to be great for surfers. It's going to be great for family members who want to hang out and watch the surfers, and it's going to be great for just people who are interested in that vibe. And it's a classic place to hang out. We have a beach along the lagoon.
Love it.
Pools. Yeah, it's really something special. We're very excited.
Yeah, especially out in Palm Desert. So that's great. I love it.
Yeah, year-round surfing, and it's the perfect wave every time,
There you go. Bruce, I'd like to get your opinion. What's the hospitality outlook for 2021, please?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And I think there are a variety of answers to it. But from what we're seeing is that coastal properties and drive-to destinations are still doing pretty well. I was at a hotel in Santa Barbara a couple of months ago, and they were full. They were fully booked for the weekend. So people driving up to spend the weekend up there. And in line with that, we're seeing, for the most part, that our hotels in Southern California, like the Desert Surf is the surfing anchored resort, has a specialty resort feeling to it. Any of the coastal properties we're working on are proceeding. So most of our hotels are proceeding through entitlements, permitting, or if they're in construction, continuing construction. So that's what we're seeing. And we're seeing new hotels come in really every month. So there's still a lot of interest. I think there are other locations that maybe aren't as strong, but we're seeing it pretty strong here.
Well, my friend, we are out of time. So you need to give everybody a shameless plug, and you have to come back, and we have to talk about that project that's over on Jamboree in Newport Beach at some point. How can people get a hold of you?
So Bruce Greenfield, it's Bruce G at aoarchitects.com or 714-639-9860. Look forward to talking with you. And appreciate it, Craig. Really appreciate having me on.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you joining us in the conversation today, Bruce. And I want to thank you, our audience, for joining us today. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the bell for update notifications. And remember, be kind, share your knowledge. Now, go be amazing.